Hey YouTube, how's it going? One of my Alliance members wanted a video on some Phoenix plays since she's debating on ranking up her 5-star or not. And, I maxed her out, almost a year ago, I think. And I really haven't regretted it. She's been a lot of fun. And once I really started to know how to play her, after I maxed her out, I actually started having a lot more fun, and she's one of the better cosmics, I think, to fool around with. Like, obviously I'd like, Hyperion, Venom, Medusa, those are all god tier, but, if you have a Phoenix, and you're like, shit, do I take her up, do I not? If she's like one of your few cosmics that you got, she's worth taking up to at least rank 4, for people who are kind of mid-tier. If you're getting close to the end game or anything like that, you probably won't be looking at a 4-star or anything, but even a 5-star, take that shit up to rank 3. If you ever was a 4 or 5-star, ignore the 4-star, take the 5-star up. The only thing duping her grants you is, let's turn that down. There we go. The only thing duping her does is give her Rite of the Phoenix, which if you get knocked out at the end of the fight, she comes back and restores health per charge, which is useful, but that's not where main abilities come in. So like right here, her Phoenix Force, passive, her Fury buffs increase her attack by 141.35, and you can stack up to 10 of these, no problem. It's when you get 11 is when it overloads. But empowered, 5 or more Fury buffs, all attacks gain 100% chance to incinerate the opponent, dealing 104.7 energy damage over 6 seconds. That's pretty good if you know how to scale your Fury buffs right. So when she's overloaded, 11 Fury buffs, this is useful because all attacks have 25% chance to stun incinerated targets. So if they can burn, you can stun lock a motherfucker, and I don't show that later on in the video, but it can still be very useful. So our offensive and defensive power gain is reduced by 80%, but that's okay. So heavy attacks are what you use to gain a Phoenix Force buff. So if the defender's stun immune, that can hinder you a lot. She's not a good Alliance War boss killer for that reason, because you got to take that chance of a heavy attack and you can't stun them. But for all intensive purposes, questing, Alliance quest, she's on point for that. So what I like to do is a lot of heavy attacks, and then I use special attack 1 after I get 4 or 5 Phoenix charges. So, parry, heavy attack, parry, heavy attack, and then I gain 10% power for every Phoenix Force charge. When I have 5 or 6 of these charges, I get past almost to my special 3, and that can be really useful if a special 3 is what I'm going for. If I'm looking to hit overload and then bust out a special 3, because I get up to 240% damage bonus based on the number of Fury buffs consumed. So you can do a shitload of damage with a special 3, or even a special attack 2, because it gives you a lot of those stacks of Fury buffs and then Phoenix Force charges. So Let's get into this a little bit here. Yeah, she's pretty fun to play. I'm gonna do some basic duels with my boy Larnox, top champion, that 5-star Sentinel. Top notch, dude. Top notch. Move her over there. Start getting those Phoenix charges busting up right there. And so you gain 1 Fury charge. I want to say, I'm sure I could go back in the video and look, but I want to say every 5 seconds. So, let's see what I did there was, let me go back a little bit there. There we are. So watch when I use it, you know, I instantly gain like 40% of my total power just off of that. And I only have 4 charges. I didn't even have any more. But you see those Fury stacks, they just start macking on people. Alright, I do another duel here. Alright, let's go. I'm going to save up to my special 3 for this one. Keep stacking up those charges. And see, look at that. I'm almost at a special 3. Oh, whoopsie. So I'm just gonna save up to 10 Fury charges, and then from 48%, takes them all the way down to 0. You know, and this guy's got a pretty high armor rating, so you know, energy damage ignores more of that than physical damage does. But you know, for him being let me see, gotta remember where I was in this. We'll see if I can find his health here. So I can't, but you know, for a 7,000 rated rank 455 Sentinel, you know, he's gonna have a fair amount of health. So the fact that I took, and if he wasn't at 48%, who knows, we could have taken over 50% of his health just with, you know, 10 Fury charges or buffs. And that was just a 4-star maxed Phoenix. So, but, I mean, anyways, there's a pretty, I wouldn't say super in-depth look at Phoenix, but, you know, I had it for maxed out for 6 months before I realized you could use your special 1 and consume all of that, or get all that power from your Phoenix charges. And when I saw that, it blew my mind. I was like, because half the time we don't read the descriptions to champions. Like, if we just take that time to actually like look into them and analyze them, you know, that's how you get people like Seaton and Brian Grant. You know, they do all that shit and they kill it, and that's how they know what champs to take against certain ones and do amazing boss kills. You know, Uncollected Thanos, I'm coming for you next. Not looking forward to that, but he was my phone. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty alright. Under 10-minute video of Phoenix. So good night, you guys. See you later.